areas like North Carolina were pounded with snow and ice over the weekend. Asheville, North Carolina saw more than 10 inches of snow, and we have more snow in the forecast. Pretty impressive stuff as you take a look at that video taken on Sunday. That's where we find Fox Weather's Robert Ray in Asheville, North Carolina. Good morning, Robert. Tell us how things worked out this weekend. I was watching you at home. It at one point looked spectacular, but of course there's always that danger element with winter weather moving through.
Yeah, good morning. Indeed, yesterday there were moments where when the wind kicked up, that snow came through those trees and through the alleys and the buildings here in Asheville, and it was quite nasty. Visibility was really next to zero for some point. The interstates were not safe and the roads were not safe yesterday. But here in Asheville this morning, at about 2,100 feet elevation in the Appalachian Mountains, you can see behind me the blanket of snow, over 10 inches, like you mentioned, that has fallen here, but they have cleared many of the sidewalks behind me. Many of the roads are cleared, but you know, we went into a deep freeze last night, so some of these streets, some of that slush that the plows moved to the side did freeze over. So urge caution for anyone going out here this morning. Also in South and North Carolina, we're looking at upwards to over 60,000 households still out of power. The governor of North Carolina yesterday warned that it could take 3 to 4 days for some people to get power back. Let's hope not, because there are thousands of utility workers in the region that have been brought in from other states working on it. Of course, the power outage is not as bad as Duke Energy, the main electrical provider, anticipated. They were thinking that maybe 750,000 people in the Carolinas would lose power. That didn't happen, thank goodness. But here in Asheville, over 10 inches of snow. If we go back to the record taking of snow back in 1869 when they started, we're looking at potentially the top 15 snow dates here in Asheville. That is significant. It is historical. This area gets roughly 15, 16 inches of snow annually per year. Well, in one day yesterday, 10 plus inches, and we're still getting a little bit of flurries actually right now. It depends on what clouds are rolling over, and we should see these temps still stay on the freezing mark all day. So this snow is here to last, and of course, already this morning, just after the sun pops up, people are already going, well, wait a second, is there another storm coming? So that's already a topic here to start our week off in the beautiful mountains here in North Carolina, Britta.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.